guys? Welcome back to the vlog. We are here outside of Top Rank with two of my favorite vehicles that we have currently right now. Overlanding, not something I've always been super into, but I think I'm starting to get into it. Yaska has been a huge fan of Land Rover Defenders for a long time. Land Cruisers I've always thought were pretty super cool, and my brother has recently gotten the bug to do it, so I've been looking into it a little bit more. I think I might be getting into it, so let's check out these vehicles. I've been driving this around for a little bit. This is a Land Rover Defender 90. It is a 1997. You may have seen it on my Instagram. I was obsessed with this and still am, but I just sold it. So this car is getting ready to leave us. What I'm currently driving is this Diesel LandCruiser. So this thing is super cool. Also green, so maybe I have a thing for green for off-road vehicles. I'm not totally sure yet, but both of these are super clean. I'm gonna run through them, show you some of the differences between I guess essentially a Ford V8 and a Toyota inline six. So let's start with the Defender. You can see here Rover Japan. These were originally built for the US market, so it's a North American spec. NAS is what they're called in the Land Rover world. Spec Land Rover Defender. You can see only so many of these were built. This is number 139. It is in an incredible color green. We put some much bigger tires on it to give it that kind of meaty off-road look. Inside, very simple. Of the two, this is definitely the more simple vehicle. There is not much going on in here. You have very simple knobs for climate control. You have a very, very simple interior. CD player down here. Nothing super cool in the glove box, just room to hold stuff. This allows you to lock your diff, put it in different high and low gears. E-brake, very, very simple cluster. Not a whole lot going on inside the Defender. Back here, we have a very unique style of seating. These can fold up to allow you more space for activities or storage, or as Yaska uses it for, surfing, which is pretty cool. They are outfitted with a factory roll bar. Again, these are intended for off-road use, so it's a roll bar. The top actually does come off, so you can get rid of all of this if you want to and make it a convertible. These have gotten really, really popular with, we'll call them the Venice crowd. Beach cruiser dude and some of the Hollywood type are super into these right now. They're a little bit more unique than a G-Wagon, but they still have that same rugged off-road type appearance and popularized in a lot of film. Usually they're used as like a safari type wagon or something like that. You see Bond villains driving around in them, Ashton Kutcher, stuff like that. So kind of a unique vehicle. I think that's why people are into them. I'm into them because they really are a purpose-built vehicle and kind of a no bullshit type car. Doesn't have a whole bunch of extra stuff in it. Doesn't have all of the little fringe amenities that you have in a luxury Range Rover or something like that. It is really just a purpose-built off-road safari cruiser vehicle. On to the next one. This is a Diesel LandCruiser. So they have a turbo diesel version of it. We have one of those, which maybe I'll dig into later, but this is just the diesel version of that. The diesel, far more reliable as far as everyone else says. The turbo, you know, comes with its own set of issues. Sometimes you have turbo problems when you have turbo cars. This one, being naturally aspirated, eliminate some of that. So this is a diesel inline six. This is a Ford V8, both naturally aspirated. So some similarity there. Where we really start breaking up the differences is obviously this is a two-door, this is a four-door. That one is left-hand drive. This one right-hand drive. All right, so inside the Land Cruiser, there is a lot more luxuries. We'll start with this one right here. You have an option for ice and an option for cool, which means inside here, you can keep your things ice cold while you travel. So whether that's drinks, food, snacks, ice, whatever. Still have the thing for high and low gears. You have the shift knob, but other than that, you have things like antenna, up and down, push buttons for the center locking diff. We have a compass and an altimeter. It has a power sunroof, which is quite nice actually. That opens and slides all the way back. The Land Cruiser offers some unique features such as sport and normal adjustable suspension. You got the rear heat controls back here, center diff lock, which allows you to change that at the press of a button. Down here, you can manually lock the diff if you want to. So there are some cool things, power windows as opposed to the manual roll down windows we see in the Defender, power mirrors as opposed to the manually reach out the window and adjust it as we see in the Defender. So like I said, some more amenities in here that you do not get with the Defender. Outward appearance, a little bit more luxurious. Again, the Lexus version of this was available in the United States, which was a much, I guess we'll say, refined version of the Land Cruiser. In the rear, you see much more comfortable seats. Quite a good amount of cargo space for anything that you might be carrying. Again, the sunroof. So, some luxuries in here that you don't see in the Defender. Another super cool aspect of the Land Cruiser, which is something aftermarket that you can buy. These came with the vehicle, but these rain shades are super nice. You can see that when it's raining, you can have the window open and just wash it straight over. Again, kind of a nice, cool little feature. Something that makes it a unique safari-esque type vehicle. One thing about the Defender, though, that I do like more than the Land Cruiser is, as we get in the Land Cruiser and we start it up, you can kind of hear this thing shakes a little bit, especially put it in drive. There's a lot of rattle, a lot of shake, a lot of vibration going on in the Land Cruiser as opposed to the Defender. Now it's a diesel, so that's kind of par for the course on an older diesel. Both of them are automatic, which makes them ideal for driving. This is the first time that Land Rover offered a Defender in automatic. The Land Cruisers are traditionally automatic, though there are manual ones available. So that really is kind of a wash. These were crazy popular because the automatic transmission in the 97 North American spec Defender 90 was completely different than other Defenders in that most people didn't want to drive manual. They're manual because, again, they're safari wagons. They're meant to be driven off-road. When all the cool kids started buying these, they didn't want to use them off-road. They want to cruise around with them. So having a automatic transmission made all of the difference and has continued to drive the value of the Defender 90 just through the roof in price. As for which one is cooler, that is super hard to say because, again, the Land Cruiser offers some of those refined amenities that the Defender does not, but the Defender is like the ultimate Bond villain safari type vehicle. I will say that the Land Cruiser does drive nicer overall than the Defender does. The Defender definitely feels a lot more rugged, more off-road. This feels more like an off-road version of a Lexus, which is exactly what it is. In closing, both of these are super sick overland style vehicles. They are excellent for beach cruising. I actually took the LandCruiser to the beach this morning. Beach. Every time I've taken a LandCruiser or a Defender to the beach, I get a ton of people that approach me, ask me questions about them. They're super, super rad. So usually easy sell. If you bring it up to Venice or Huntington Beach, dudes are super down with them. And I have taken the Defender to the beach before. Always get a lot of attention in them. People absolutely love seeing these things. They definitely have the right look. As far as off-roading goes, I haven't done it yet, but I've got a feeling I'm going to be taking both a Defender and a LandCruiser to Joshua Tree shortly. Yaska and I are planning a little trip with his Defender and probably one of these LandCruisers, maybe Taka and a Delica, which we'll get to in another video, to see how these things kind of do in an true overlanding off-road type scenario. Joshua Tree is one of my favorite places, so it's an excellent place to do it. The last and final thing I will leave you with on these is the difficult conversation of price. As mentioned, the celebrity of the Land Rover Defender has caused it to skyrocket in price. These are bringing well over $100,000 for most of them. This one sold for $80,000. It is an overall really, really clean example, but there are some out there that have complete interior restorations and some other things done to them that bring them up in value. These, on the other hand, will set you back probably closer somewhere in the mid-20s to 30s on a nice LandCruiser. So more than double the price for the Defender 90, but you get an absolutely incredibly unique vehicle that does not look like a Lexus. It does not look like a G-Wagon. It does not look like anything else. It looks like an incredible Land Rover Defender. We do have more Land Rover Defenders and more Toyota LandCruisers. The Land Rover Defenders can be found on our other website, which is toprankmotorworks.com. The LandCruisers can be found on our primary website, which is importavehicle.com. Check out the sites. If you're interested in either one of these vehicles, we always have more of them coming in. We have them in different colors: turbo, diesel, automatic, manual. Check us out. Drop me a comment below. Tell me which one of these you would take overlanding, and I will pick one to take to Joshua Tree, put that in a future video. As always, thanks for checking out the vlog, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.